Hello once again YouTube. After the success of my fixing the Samsung 2-second off inverter problem video, I thought I'd take it upon myself to try and fix something else that I've been having problems with. This is a faulty PS3 Slim. The fault that it's occurred is that for whatever reason it has stopped reading Blu Ray discs. It reads CDs and DVDs, but Blu Rays it just doesn't. I think this is my girlfriend's PS3 and it's been sat doing nothing for quite some time. So my best speculation is that it's the laser that's dirty. I'm guessing that both lasers sit on the same rail, so it's not that it's not moving, because I can hear the disc spinning and the rail trying to move. And if it was the data cable that was faulty, I imagine both sets of information are sent down the same cable. So my guess is that the laser needs a clean, and the best way to do that, I imagine, with this model is to take it apart and have a look. So taking the PS3 apart has become somewhat of an interesting experiment. On the back, as you can see, I've already taken most screws out. I don't know if you can see because of the lighting. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main screws here. This screw is hidden underneath the void warranty sticker, so you will have to take that off. Do excuse me if I am a bit sniffy, I've got a cold. The main problem here, and I'll try and bring this up closer, is that you have, if it focuses, these 3 screws here, which they're sort of a star shape, but they also have a sort of indented pin inside, which most screwdrivers don't have. But I have found a way around getting these out, is if you just get a very small flathead screwdriver, you can, I'll try and do my best to show this if it focuses, you can put it in the corner and gently edge it round like this, and it does actually unscrew. I've heard that a sharp knife does the same, so I'm going to try now to take out these last 3 screws. They're not in there very tight, so it shouldn't take me too long. In fact, this one's almost out in 2 turns. There we go. Not too big, but just actually I might be able to show you easier if it can focus. Come on, focus. Come on, focus camera. Right, yeah. See, it's got these little point in the middle, but if you just get the corner of your screwdriver in like that, you can turn it like this. See? So it's turning in my hand. That's a little trick for them. So now I'll get out the other 2. I'll probably speed up the video at this point. Right, now we should be able to, without any problems, lift this cover off. And there we go. Right, so imagine that's the main CPU fan. This is what we're after. I'm assuming I could probably just take the top plate off and have a look at the lasers that way. So to get to, there's only 2 screws, but I'm going to have to, or will I have to undo this cable? Actually, I reckon if I can just undo the screws, I might be able to. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. If I can undo these 3 screws, I might be able to just lift up the case and have a look if I can see the laser. Just 3 little screws. Not take me 5 seconds to check. There could be another screw at the back, which, if that's the case, I'm going to have to take out a lot more than I want to, but oh. No, that's it's pretty stuck there. Oh, hello, here we go. Ah, okay, so just that comes out with a little tug. There's a strong possibility that it's these silver screws I have to undo at the side, so let's unscrew them. yes, that seems to be doing something more. The problem with always undoing screws within a case is that they do tend to fall in. And the only way to retrieve them afterwards is to turn it up, down and shake it, unfortunately, which can be a little bit counterintuitive. Do my best not to do that. Okay, so that's both them 2 screws removed. Well, this top now seems to want to come up. I'll unplug these cables as a okay, so this side will lift out now, I think. This side's still got a little bit of a resistance to it. I'm not sure what it is that's causing that. Oh, no, there we go. So okay, this is your power box and it's slotted in to the back. So that's basically just a big battery. So be careful when removing this section to pull it straight up and not twist it, because you've got 2 prongs there. So that's pretty simple. Just put that out of the way. Doesn't look like there is, unless it folds under the base. Okay, which it probably does. So we've got this 1 screw at the back, just here. That's holding the disc drive in place. So I'm going to remove that, so I can work on the disc drive separate from everything else, because it looks like it will need to slide out from underneath the fan as well. So I'll need to remove it. That's that. There are cables here, of course, so what I'm trying to do is just peel that one off, because that's for the fan. There's some more tape at the back here. Just peel that off. And then we have got 2 connectors for the CD drive. One I can unplug from the drive itself, which I have to be careful doing, as I don't want to. It's one of these very thin cables that I don't want to actually have to pull on. Let's just see if I can flip it over. Okay, so we got. I'm pretty sure this top case should just be able to slide off now. I'll need to remove these 2 little screws from the back here, because they are in the case. Being careful all the time not to pull or crush these cables and ribbons. You're still recording, yes. Hopefully this should now come off. It is coming, but there is, of course, this ribbon here, which I think I'll probably have to remove. And there we go. Oh, and the ribbon came out with the top. It's literally just a simple pull ribbon. Should be able to push straight back in. Okay, so I'll need to remove this contraption first to get to the laser underneath in order to clean it. There are 2 little screws here at the front. Just remove them. That's one. And if I can just zoom in a bit. At the top here of the CD drive, there are 2 little impressors. If I just press them in, they just press in. You can do it with both thumbs. It should pop the top right off. There we go. And there's our laser. Perfect. And right, so let's see if we can zoom in again. So this is on the rail, which you probably shouldn't move up and down, but I don't think it would cause too much problems. I've done it before. And it is indeed using all the same data cable. Just going to make sure that is in properly. It's a little bit loose actually, just pushed it in again. And you can see that we've got the normal laser, which is closest to the ring, and the blue one, which is our Blu Ray laser, which apparently is very delicate and should only be cleaned using a cotton bud or Q-tip for Americans, and some rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to do my best to be careful and clean that now. So I'll give that a little clean now. Hopefully that should have fixed it. They do say not to use anything but proper alcohol on these lasers, even though they sell the disc cleaners, which are just bristles or a bit of foam on a disc, which I don't think are very safe. Be careful though, because this laser itself, sorry, I have to hold it the work. It is sort of on it bungees up and down because it's on some suspension. But what I've done is I've removed the ribbon as well, give all that a clean. I've made sure this is rolling properly. Made sure the ribbon's in on the other side properly, which you can do if you just remove one. It just pulls out and then remove it back in again. And so now it's just a time to reassemble and give it a test. So reassembling should be easy enough if we follow the steps backwards. I'll go through it just so we know what we're doing. Obviously this just clips back onto the top. There you go. Make sure you haven't lost that part if it fell out when you're taking it apart. Two small silver screws here. This will go back on easy and it come off, I imagine. Be careful with these metal sheets as well. Ooh, you can caught there. They are sharp, and I've cut myself numerous times on them. Especially old PC cases, they tend to be terribly sharp. I remember these back screws actually screwed in from the underside, didn't they? So that's right. You don't have to put everything back together too tight anyway. Obviously factory built things are always to a slightly more tightly made standard. Putting this back in, this just slides underneath this little section here. And it should just plop back down. Actually, what I'm going to do before I screw that back in is to replace this cable, which there's a reason why it was taped down, as it's got a lot of pull in it. So okay, so once the cable's in, it's best to just wedge it with your thumb. Then you push. There's a little brown lever. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little brown lever that flips up and clamps it in place. So just make sure you've got as much as you can, and then pull it up hard, and then that should be it. That should be fine. I'm going to keep my thumb on the cable to put it back, because I don't want any more pull. They are flimsy but effective. It sits back into place. Okay. Then we got these 3 top screws. Make sure I'm not trapping any cables here. No, that's fine. These 3 top screws. And I believe the 3rd one is on the floor somewhere, but I'm not going to worry too much about that for now. Just wedge the disk drive back down over. There's 2 little points next to where the screws came out, just there and there. Push it back down over. Don't forget the black screw that came out of the back of the CD drive. Okay, and then just push this back over. the ribbon just bends in with this, so just oh, it has a little bit of a slip in, and then it's in there fine. It's all fine. You could, if you wanted to, replace the tape back on these, but I really don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to put back in the back piece, which, remember, we've got on the back here just 2 slots that this what looks like an American power adapter slots into. So I'm making sure all the wires are clear. I'm just going to literally, if I can, push it back on, and that's that. Why is there? Hang on a second. I'm just gonna try. There we go. I've just slid that cable around to the side, just so it's out the way a bit more. Then we've got the 2 silver screws that went in over side here. And these will simply just slot back into place, and is this the right way around? This one's proving a little bit hard. Oh, there we go. Click, and that should be everything back in its place. So the case top, which is over here, which way around are we? That will just make sure again all your cables are within the confines of the case, so you don't clip them pushing this back on. At the front here, if I remember correctly, from last time I looked, there is a little, if you look right at the front, I don't know if you'll see, it looks like there's a little bit of plastic that comes forward, actually over the, focuses a second, actually comes over the front of the case where it clips onto. So it's best actually when you put it on to put it on at an angle like this, so that I'll just show you actually. So these bits of plastic, you see them? So they slot in before you lower the rest on, just so you don't end up snapping them or catching them at all. Might be best actually at this point to so you can see, just maybe push them through with a knife so they go down. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. And snap, snap. And we are all resealed. I'm probably not going to replace these screws because I don't really think they are necessary to hold the case in place. So I think these screws will do it fine. Great success. To be honest, I didn't think that was going to work, but there you go. Just needed a little bit of a clean. The controller took a while to sync to start off with. That was a bit of a strange one, but I don't think that's got anything to do with me messing around inside. Maybe because I had to unplug some cables. It might have it might have affected the internal battery somehow. But anyway. Yeah, that worked. Just a little bit of a cloth and some rubbing alcohol. Gently did it. And I'm able to watch Blade Runner again in stunning HD.